Wow, that last game was bad. It was bad because they came so close and they should have won. The Fever should have won that game and they blew it in the fourth quarter. However, I will say they played pretty well in the second and third quarter. They had some runs. And then the fourth quarter, with 4 minutes, they tried to make a comeback from 10 or 12 behind. It wasn't happening. So, they played well. At one point, they had Lexi Hall step up to the game. She hit a few threes. Kelsey Mitchell had another bad game, 2 in a row. So pretty disappointed in that. She's probably pretty disappointed in herself. But my hope is that will drive her to bring the dub next game. I will be at the game. And yeah, my seats are a little better. You might catch a shot of me in 1 or 2 pictures. I'm not courtside because I'm not Tyrese Halliburton. However, a couple Colts players were at the last one with him, but I didn't see him at the last night's game. However, let's talk about the game. There was a lot of turnovers. Indiana had way more offensive rebounds. However, they were not able to convert on those. They weren't really able to convert on their aces turnovers. And yeah, it was not pretty. That fourth quarter was ugly. They did not make a field goal for the first 8 minutes. Finally, about 2.5 minutes, Lexi Hall makes an easy shot. By then, it's too late. They're behind 10-12, so lights out. And pretty disappointing. This is the game they needed to win to be feeling good going into Game 4. However, it's not over yet, so I still think they can get a win. But like I said, Mitchell had an off game, and I think that was the game. They don't really have anyone else that has been able to step up scoring wise. Although Hall, she can come in there and get about 15 points on a good night. And last 2 games she played great, but they still lost because Kelsey Mitchell took over 20 shots. I think she took between 20 and 25 shots and was shooting about 25%, something like that. So not good at all. They were not getting the shots to fall. I'm telling you, there was ones that looked like they were going to go in and bounced right out. By the same token, Aces had a lot of lucky rolls, and we had some of those in Game 1. But last night they got the lucky rolls. And it was, a bad game for A'ja Wilson. And she did not score much in the second or third quarter. Finally, she started hitting some shots in the fourth quarter, which I think actually did help them seal that win. However, for some reason they sat Natasha Howard. She didn't get as many minutes as they normally give her, and I think that hurt them. Turner got a lot more minutes. Timpson was actually in there more than usual, which I think was maybe an experiment by Stephanie White. I'm not sure, but she definitely can bring the ruckus, as they say. She's a great defensive player, tall. She's got some stuffs, and she had a 3-point play that was amazing in there. And Lexi Hall hit several 3-pointers. She also had this great where she was running, got a rebound, ran across by the foul line, and kind of did this shot as she was jumping to the side. It looked so cool, and yeah.
That's the mismatch on Lloyd. Help comes. Kick out. Cole will fire. And hit from 3. His last 2 positions inside from Indiana. Smith tied up by Hall. And a jump ball between Smith Petty back to Hull. Wide open three. Is good. Evans dishes. Gray whips a pass inside. What a denial from Lexi Hall.
But Hull there for A'ja Wilson, working on it all this morning at shoot-around.
Hull mid-range short. It's short. Mitchell gets a look. Handed from three. Hull comes soaring in again. His uncanny knack. And cashes in. Eddie back to Hull. Wide open three. Is good.
It's like
Points. Boston to the corner. Hull catch. Fire. And hit. Here's Boston back to Hull. Sets herself up. Mitchell is free. Playing it in.
So, but Jackie Young killed us. Once again, Nalissa Smith got in there and scored on us. Chelsea Gray, once again, killed us. And I think between Gray and Young, yeah, the Aces had they were shooting close to 60% with those two. A'ja Wilson, very inefficient. Say a repeat of game one, kind of. So she was off, then she was on in game two, and then she's off again. And then when she was off, we couldn't convert that to a win. So I don't know what to say, Indiana. You know, you got to convert those bad Wilson games into dubs. Otherwise, we're not going to win the series. And if she does score, you have to limit Young and Gray. That is the cold, hard truth. And, yeah, it felt like Lexi Hall, she did so well in game one when she was guarding Jackie Young and really limited her scoring a lot. And I noticed they didn't have her assigned to Jackie Young at least the whole game, or I need to go back and watch, but it looked like she wasn't. She was defending somebody else. And so I think that led to a lot of scoring by the Aces. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I will be at Game 4, and it's going to be a blast. I'm going to have a good time, whether they win or lose. But I think they can give us a win in Indy tomorrow, and I have confidence that they actually could win the series. But it's entirely up to Mitchell, and because Boston, you know, she'll have 15 on a good night. Lexi Hall, 15 on a good night. But, I mean, as we saw game one against the Aces, Kelsey Mitchell scores 34 points, sets a WNBA record. So, I mean, I don't think she has to score that much, but this time she had, I think, 21 points or something, but her percentage was way, way off from what it normally is. She's normally close to 40% field goal percentage. She was closer to 25%. And, yeah, it's just sad to see she let out an air ball, which is the first I've ever seen from her, and she was wide open. So I don't know if somebody got a piece of it or what, but her shot did not look good. She got about 2 or 3 three-pointers to fall, got a couple good drives, but missed an easy layup that she normally would have made. So, yeah, I think if we get Kelsey Mitchell about 25 points at about 35 to 40% field goal percentage, I think we can get a win with some other people scoring, like Boston. Give her a 10, 15-point game and 10 rebounds like she has on a good night. Get her that good defense against A'ja Wilson. She has been defending Wilson like a champ, I must say. And I think that's why Wilson did not shoot as well the game one and game three. So Boston is bigger. She's got 25 pounds on Wilson and an extra inch. But I don't think she realizes her own strength. I mean, we're talking, you know, she's got some muscle. And Wilson is pretty strong, but you seriously have to check out this move by Boston. She does a pump fake and totally fakes out A'ja Wilson. I love this. Check it out. Ready?
Working behind Boston.
Here we
Boston
go.
is open.
Boom.
Take, and Boston lays
Ah, yes.
wide open.
You know that Boston can do that more than she does, and I would like to see that next game. But she's not good at creating her own offense. Obviously, I do think Caitlin Clark being gone is hurting her more than anyone else, her scoring ability more than anything else, because Clark would always give her these easy shots because displacing defenders and whatnot. So, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in Game 4. Don't count them out yet. I think they're like, Indiana is kind of like, in some ways, like the undead. You think that you've killed them and then they rise from the grave. They may not be the undead, they may be just faking it, but we'll see what happens. I want to say I hope that they don't force me to put the red shirt on because I want to wear my Kelsey Mitchell jersey and support her. I want her to look out into that 8th row behind the courtside. She's not. I didn't get the courtside seat. I want her to see that jersey. She'll be like, "That's me. I think I can play a good game." You know, I think I can score 34. I think I can even score 36. Who knows? But I got some hope. But Mitchell's got to convert a little better. Got to get more of those drives. We need to be creating some open lanes for her. And more importantly, she's got to get those shots to fall, especially those 3-pointers, which can be kind of like daggers. So, thanks for checking out my channel again. I will see you on the other side of Fever Frenzy.